Gas price paradox. So, crude oil prices are down, but gasoline isn't. What's going on? Crude oil prices have fallen to new lows for this year. So you might expect that gasoline prices would sink right along with them. But not so. Not true. On Thursday, for example, crude oil closed just under $34 a barrel, its lowest point for 2009 so far. But the national average price of a gallon of gasoline went up to $1.95 on the same day, its peak for the year, again so far. On Friday, gas went a penny higher, and to drivers once again grimacing as they tank up, it sounds like a conspiracy. But supposedly it has more to do with an energy market turned upside down and around backwards that has left gas cut off from its usual economic moorings or underpinnings. The price of gasoline is supposed to be tied to oil. It's just a matter of which oil. The benchmark for crude oil prices is West Texas Intermediate, drilled exactly where you would imagine. That's the price set at the New York Mercantile Exchange that you see in the news and in the morning paper. But right now, in an unusual market trend, that's what they call it. Again, an unusual market trend. West Texas crude is selling for much less than inferior grades of crude oil from other places around the world, if that makes any sense. A severe economic downturn has left U.S. storage faculties overflowing with it, sending prices for the premium crude to 5-year lows. But it is overseas crude oil that goes into most of the gas made in the United States. There's something wrong with the pricing structure here. So prices at the pump will probably keep going up. Yes, keep going up no matter what happens to the bench market price of crude oil. We're going definitely over $2, and I bet we'll hit $2.50 before spring, said Tom Cloza, publisher and chief oil executive at Oil Price Information Service. This is going to be an unusual year. Here we go. On the last day of 2008, gas went for $1.62 on average, according to the Auto Club AAA. But then, the recession in America has dramatically cut demand for crude oil, and inventories are overflowing. They're starting to pile up. They have too much gasoline to sell, so they say. So prices for West Texas crude have fallen well below what oil costs from places like the North Sea, Saudi Arabia, and South America. Once again, if that makes any sense. So, in turn, that foreign oil sells in some cases for $10 more per barrel, the inferior oil. And that doesn't even include shipping. Brent North Sea crude, which feeds some East Coast refineries and therefore winds up in many gas pumps around America, now costs about $7 more per barrel than the West Texas Intermediate crude. Historically, West Texas International crude has cost more. So nobody bothered building the necessary pipelines. To carry it beyond the nearby refineries in the Midwest, parts of Texas, and a handful of other places. It's about money, and it's about greed, pure greed. So historically, that's the way it's been. But now, that the premium oil is suddenly very inexpensive, refiners elsewhere can't get their hands on it. It's just so cheap, said the senior VP of External Affairs at San Antonio-based Tesoro, which owns a half a dozen refineries on the west coast and Hawaii. He said, "But you can't just build a pipeline to everywhere. We just know we can't get it." So, the price of a gallon of gasoline is going up while the price of a barrel of oil is going down. It doesn't really make any sense in some kind of way. The pricing structure of oil or gasoline, it's all messed up. It's not right. Just like so many other things going on around the world nowadays. It's backwards. Standing still, always looking back, not able to progress any further, not able to go forward. And peak oil is real in some kind of way. If they don't sell enough gasoline, then the refineries stop producing so much. They reduce their output, probably according to what the investors want. It's about making money, a lot of money. It is about greed and money. So whether the price is too high or too low, price is always going up. Price of a gallon of gasoline has to. So peak oil is true. However it happens, doesn't matter what the barrel costs. The price of the barrel of oil could go down to just hardly anything, and still the price of a gallon of gasoline goes up because they just can't make enough money no matter what they do. If it's too high, they don't sell enough. If it's too low, they don't sell enough. Something like that. Anyway, and in turn, all these things are connected to what's going on around the world. The economic crisis, the mortgage crisis, the credit crisis, the climate change crisis, the political crisis, so forth and so on. And in turn, all these things are connected to the end times, transition days. The transition is ongoing, happening every day, day by day, all around the world. Watch the news, watch the weather, and just look around.